Hello guys, Mr. Pro Game here, and today I'm bringing you a very disturbing video, and one that I think needs to be addressed by the GTA community. Me and my friend, we were racing in an Adder and the new bike, the Hakuchou, and as you can see, these results were very devastating. The Adder, as you know, has a top speed of 250 miles an hour, and is the fastest car in game, where the Hakuchou's top speed is 152 miles an hour. However, we discovered that during this drag race, the Hakuchou actually beat the Adder across the entire runway. Now, in terms of upgrades which affect the speed, I had turbo tuning on my Adder, where my friend on his Hakuchou had turbo tuning and engine upgrade too. I don't think the engine upgrade would have made a lot of difference, but it definitely did, and I think even without wheeling, this was beating the Adder by a huge margin. The first time he was wheeling his bike, and this time he wasn't wheeling his bike. As you can see, the first few seconds we were neck and neck, but he just started to pull away. And this is the fastest car in the game, and the Hakuchou was beating the Adder. That's how insane it was. I was only reaching like 100 miles an hour, where he was reaching like 120 or something stupid. This, I think, is not due to the actual bike itself and how it's meant to be. I think this is definitely a bug which Rockstar haven't taken into account. That the bike should definitely not be beating the Adder. The Adder should, by most means, be able to beat that bike, even in a drag race over that distance. I think eventually the Adder would have overtaken the bike because of its top speed, obviously, which it would have taken a while to reach, because in the real world it takes about 5 miles for the Adder to reach its top speed. So obviously this wasn't even a mile stretch. I think this was about just under a mile we were racing. And this was a bit disturbing. We actually tried the Entity, we tried the Zentorno, the Cheetah, the Turismo. The Hakuchou was able to beat all of them, and by a big margin. So we had to resort to actually racing it against a Luxor. That's right, the black private jet. And we had some very interesting and amusing gameplay, which I didn't capture, unfortunately, but I may be able to recreate it in a later video, where the Luxor actually lost to the bike. The scenario we did was the bike was on the runway, and the plane had to take off as early as possible and keep a maximum speed, holding down the right trigger button to keep that maximum speed. And the Hakuchou actually won, but we're talking by meters. The Luxor actually beat it by only meters. We're talking very, very, very close race it was. So I reckon a little bit more, just to the end of the beach, and the Luxor would have taken the Hakuchou and obviously beat it. But this was a plane over just about a mile stretch. We did actually attempt to race it along both runways, as I'm showing on the screen now. We were attempting to take that track to give us kind of double the amount of length, even though it did have a corner, but that would mean we'd be starting at around about 70-80 miles an hour, rather than starting at zero and just using one runway. And the same results were produced. The Hakuchou still managed to beat the Adder by an even bigger margin. This is a bug that I think needs to be fixed. The Hakuchou needs some definite downgrading on its speed. It did have the turbo tuning and engine upgrade too, which is why I think it was actually faster. But even in default, I think it would have been faster. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys will let the GTA community know about this video, as well as myself, and try and help get this bug fixed. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Later.